TR, good morning. Morning to you. David, good morning. We'll let some people flow in and then we'll get going. Feel free to come in, say hello. If you haven't already, hit the little like button on the video. I do appreciate it. It feels good to be back. Definitely good. A little bit of a streaming break, but good to be back. All right, we're getting started, ladies and gentlemen. If I can get my screen up there and everything. Here we go. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to the stream. I appreciate you all being here. Before I get started, this is not financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness. For any particular purpose, read this, please. I am not a financial advisor. This is all for education purposes only. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to start out with the analysis this morning. Starting out on the NASDAQ. Get some of the stuff closed here. Starting out on the NASDAQ, taking a look from yesterday. Pretty much every pair I have on my watch list is going to be a sell high opportunity, with the understanding, of course, that it is still early in the week. And if I'm looking for larger weekly templates that show sell high opportunities, they have to go back up first in order for them to go down. So keeping that in mind and with that understanding. But again, starting out with the NASDAQ, why am I looking for a sell high opportunity? It's week one of breakouts now to the downside after having gone up for a substantial amount of weeks. Now, does that mean that it's going to go down forever? Absolutely not. But this is one of the details that I'm currently watching, and a part of my playbook that I'm watching, looking for, is that first week of breakouts down to the downside. And then looking for a weekly template the next week that gives me some kind of signal, like first red day or 3 days of breakouts or 3 days of breakout traders triggered into the market, something like that, some kind of template that shows me to look for that sell high. So yesterday on Monday, we got a first green day, and day one of breakouts now to the upside. Again, that is usually going to be a buy low signal, and that's totally okay. So keeping that in mind, thinking about that, but also understanding the larger thesis or the larger template that I'm looking for. So I've got the high of the week up here in place, which is also going to be the opening range high. And then looking on the day itself for a sell high opportunity, sell at high of day, sell at high of week, something along those lines. Once we get to one of those levels, we're already at closing price. I had put this on here to be watching this level because trades can come off of this. They may have trapped first green day traders at the high. And when I actually made this, we were still underneath closing price. So I was thinking, okay, maybe we're going to jam up into that. Instead of going all the way back to the high of the current week, maybe we're just going to trap the first green day traders at closing price. So we'll see either this level or this level, high of day, one of those, I'll be looking for a high of day sell. Okay. US 30 is going to be about the same exact analysis minus the week one of breakouts down, excuse me. So we had 3 weeks of breakouts on US 30 broken out. Let's see, back over here, 1, 2, and then the third week was last week. We're still broken out. Why does this now look a little bit different? Yeah, well, they popped back up just at the last minute. Anyways, still broken out week 3. Actually, if you were in the stream yesterday, I think I'm always willing to admit when I made a small mistake. I'll do it right now. I think yesterday I had put this was day 1 of breakouts down. When I was trading this yesterday, it was day 2 down. Obviously, we had day 1 down, day 2 down. I caught that after the stream ended. I was like, oh, well, very well. So day 2 down. And then we had this inside day right here, which is great. First green day. And looking for a first green day trap coming off of the high of the day, which is also the high of the current week, or high of previous day, excuse me. Looking at closing price to watch for this first green day trap, also with the understanding that, yes, it was first green day, so maybe we're going to continue to go higher today. But overall, I'm looking for this first green day trap to present. Okay. Okay, gold. So last week was a first red week, and we actually had a fairly weak close, a breakout day, day 2 on Friday. Now we've had a failed breakout at the low of this current week. So this was day 1 of the 3-day cycle. Today is day 2 of the 3-day cycle. I didn't have any signal day yesterday of any kind. No first red, no first green, nothing that's presented in a way is perfect. So all I have today is weekly template things in mind, Monday, Tuesday. So Friday being a dump day, and then day 1 of the cycle, and then today. I really don't have anything other than that for gold, so I'll probably not be watching this pair. Platinum, we have week 1 of breakouts back down, which I think nope, this was first red week here. This is week 1 of breakouts down. And then looking at this, we got day 1, day 2, day 3 of breakouts down yesterday. And now today, once again, I really don't have too much for this pair. We're just trading back up from this 3 days of breakouts. And then now looking at today's movement with 3 days of breakouts, looking for a short squeeze, I would have had to see a higher high of some kind or a peak formation be put in place. So it looks like this trade may have already taken place either in the gap time, for that 3 days of breakouts coming off a closing price. But other than that, not exactly excited to watch this pair as of yet. Week 1 of breakouts down, I'm looking for them to pump it back up and give me a first red day or something along those lines. Maybe just even at the high of the day. If that were to present, I would be fine with that as well. So maybe still watching this pair if they pump it back up for a sell. Obviously, we've got this kind of a nice 1, 2, 3 in this engulfment. A little bit early, so we'll see. All right, silver. This was 3 days of breakouts down. Week 1 of breakouts down. Yesterday, day 1, 3-day cycle. And now, of course, today. Really not too much to say about silver. Out of the 3, between gold, platinum, silver, they're really all the same sort of template minus the week 1 of breakouts. We don't have week 1 of breakouts on gold. So either gold or platinum, they look to be about the same template. If I'm going to watch a metal. All right, oil. Let's see, zoom out a little bit. Okay, we had week 1 of breakouts down last week. Day 2 of breakouts down yesterday. And then now that just leaves us here again to look for a pump and a dump. Looking for high of day trades, things of that nature. It is also day 2 of the week, which in most cases or a lot of cases will extend the range. They will extend the high and the low of the week. So maybe looking for some kind of trend trade along those lines. All right. Okay, natural gas. Day 1 of breakouts to the upside. This was one of the ones that had like 5 weeks of breakouts down. Day 1 of breakouts to the upside now. A fairly large push on a Monday. Kind of looks like we've got volume trapped up here. I really don't have anything in particular to say about this pair. I think I need to wait for a better signal, so I'm just going to do that. All right, CAD, still in this massive range, except we're back up now to the upside of the range. We've been bouncing off the bottom and the top, and the bottom and the top. Let me get out to this. There we go. All right, we've been bouncing off the high and low of this range for quite some time. Till that changes, till they decide to expand this range and come out of trading range or consolidation mode. Really not interested in this pair. I'm just going to continue to look elsewhere. All right, pound. Oh, we need to get off this. Go down to a 15. All right, the pound. First red week last week. Yesterday was an inside day. And now, today, obviously, we were either looking for a failed breakout or maybe for them to break out of this channel or consolidation, not channel, to trend to either to the upside or the downside. In this case, they've triggered the low, put in a peak formation at the low of the day, low of the week, and are now pumping back up. Other than that, nothing too much for me on this one. All right, I'm going to be watching pretty much the same ones that I always watch between an index, a metal, oil. So I need to choose the best one for the day. With the NASDAQ, we have a peak formation at the low of the day, and they've kind of stair-stepped their way back up 2 levels. And that's a good enough thesis for me. US 30, actually a very similar instance where they've put in a peak formation. And this is a 15-minute chart, and I can kind of see the stair step where they've exploded, and then they paused, they exploded, and then they paused, and then they exploded. And now we have this engulfment back down. Kind of early in the day for that, but there you go. You can see the stair step a little bit better. All right, indexes look okay. I can work with that. All right, either gold or platinum. Although for some reason I'm feeling like I should favor platinum. It looks a little bit weaker. And we've got oil. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully that analysis has been decent for you. Of course, this is not meant to be an analysis stream. Just coming in and doing my due diligence to figure out which pairs I should be watching for today. Gonna get my 4 up there. And do one of these. Gonna get NASDAQ top left. I think US 30 was still a decent option top right. Although the way that they're pulling back looks like they're going back up. It's a little 1, 2, 3. We'll see. Very early in the morning. Sequoia? Yeah. The next one's going to be August. Ooh, let me make sure I got the date right. August 12th is the next one. Andy, good morning. ES first green day yesterday, but so I'm looking at the NASDAQ, right? I don't really indexes in general, right? The week 1 of breakouts down last week. I'm looking for a larger template to show pump and dump. We got a first green day yesterday, which indicates, they could go higher. But part of my playbook is to look for the first green day traps because in a down moving market, a lot of cases where a lot of times up close bars are a trap. So thinking about the daily chart, a lot of times those up close bars are traps. So I'm going to watch to see, especially around closing price, high of day, things like that. I'm going to watch for those traps if they were to present at or around 9:30. Oswaldo, good morning. Get logged in here. There's no news on the calendar today that I could see. Yeah, we got that late news later this week. All right. Castle, hello. Good morning to you. This is good. Got the analysis done quick, fast, and in a hurry. So now I can just focus on what's going on. Okay, so watching these, the metals, you know, they like to move a little bit early. If Space is in here, I haven't heard him or seen him yet, but he always seems to catch those early. Home sales at 10. Let me double check. But I checked yesterday. No, there's no news today. I just checked again. No, well, there's no major red news. Let's pull this. There's the news calendar for this week, Monday, Tuesday. Okay, so very early, but kind of seeing this pattern that we've got going on here. At closing price, NASDAQ, engulfment. Same pattern really on platinum. Yeah, I'm seeing how the Dow's pulling back right now. Kind of seems like it's willing to go back up, but of course we'll see. That's a shame. I was sitting here watching platinum just now because of this 5-minute bar that engulfed 810, and I just really didn't feel comfortable entering on a whim. Like, I saw it as soon as I finished talking to you all, and then I would have liked to have already been in. It's already kind of started making its drop. Oh, I already have gold up there. What am I doing? There we go. Higher highs, higher low, higher high, lower low, 5-minute chart. Consolidation. 1, 2, 3 engulfment. Up, down, up. There's the engulfment back down under the EMA. Very early in the session, but like I said, metals do like to and tend to move. In that first hour, they're still good moves, good pushes. And they're in line with, or would have been in line with, the original thesis, so. Let's see, talking about oil. I got it up on my other screen real quick. Let me see. Yes, TR. Although I really don't think I need to. Hey, so at the beginning of the stream, I was talking about that all of these pairs with the week 1 breakouts down are top of my list. This nice 3 push pattern to the high is so clean, but what is our range? What are we looking at? Okay, it's not too bad. That's actually ideal. 150 to the high. Although we're already kind of getting the drop on NASDAQ as well. Why is this yellow square so much darker than the others? Not that that really matters that much, but still day 2 of the week. Yep. Typically expands the range of Monday. That's the big takeaway. Trend trades. But there are good high of week reversals, low of week reversals, and things like that as well. It's kind of about for me at least, I've got my overall larger thesis in play intact, and then um, keeping those things in the back of my brain because I don't want to get caught with that larger thesis in mind and then not realizing the current week's template. The current week's template needs to be in line with that larger thesis. So if I get a large pump and a dump thesis or template, then obviously that's good. But if it just is working the low, that's obviously not as good. The NASDAQ was a shame because this would have been a first hour entry just over and done with. It's very clean as well. That at the beginning of the stream, I was talking about the 3 push pattern coming off the low, peak formation, 1, 2, 3 to the high. Lower low, 1 minute chart, pumps it back up, drops it back down. Beautiful little sideways movement. There's the engulfment, 821. Very clean pattern. Okay, y'all should be able to see which pair is which. And if you can't, please let me know. I'll try to make sure that y'all can see. Okay, we got 2 minutes to the new 15-minute bar. I think gold's still a pretty good candidate to be watching. I'm going to watch how this consolidation continues to build and form. Okay, that black line up there is the high of the week. So we're at the high of the week, but we have not gone to the outside. We have not triggered the high of the week yet. All right, we've just made a lower low on the US 30 as well. Essentially dumped it back down. $8:32. A new 15-minute bar just formed 2 minutes ago. Things are looking good. Just the timing of in which things are taking place is a little early for me. Could have been a first bar opportunity. First bar, first hour. No news on the calendar. They've pumped it back up to the high of the day, high of the week at closing price. I'm going to take platinum off. I'm going to replace it with oil. Well, I don't really care for that too much either. Caslo, I tend to agree with you there because for example, that's why I don't like taking, aggressive trades in the first hour, because a lot of times there are great trades in the first hour, but a lot of times they're also the trap. So if you get in late on the move or something like that, a lot of times they'll pop back up, come back against you for that 9:30 open. My minimum take profit, wherever the chart tells me to take profits at. I use swings. You can use expansions of consolidations, range expansion. Tools like this. But in most cases, those type of opportunities are going to be a minimum of 1 to 2, 1 to 3. Risking 1 to get 3 or 2. But I don't look for, well, I'm going to only look to take I want a 1 to 2 or I want a 1 to 3. I don't do that. I look for, where's the chart telling me that I should be taking profits, and then whatever risk to reward that is, that's what I'm getting. Minimum stop. Again, it's wherever the chart tells me to put the stop. That's where I'm going to put it. But I do have a max, and that is 25 pips. I'm not using a larger than a 25 pip stop. So if my entry bar is larger than 25 pips, I need to wait for a pullback. Or just miss the move. I don't particularly care for what I'm looking at on the euro right now, but all right, for reference, well, no, we won't even get into that. NASDAQ is just running away. Go back over here to Platinum. See what they're doing. Okay, 8:38. Next time to watch is the 8:45. 45 minutes into an hour. That's an important time to be watching. Coming into that 9 o'clock hour. Notice on gold how I had the high and the low marked off. They traded back down into the low and reversed. Little notes like that. Things like that are going to save me from, well, this looks like it's going to start to go down, you know, getting trapped. They might be going back to the high of the day or something like that. We'll see. High of the day, high of previous day, which is also the high of the current week. I think gold was one of the okay, so gold was a failed breakout, not a week one breakout. First red week, so still looking for those sell high templates. Day 2 of the 3-day cycle, so we're not even day 3. Okay, US 30s broke down, made a lower low. Now we got this little 5-minute, I think that's an inside bar, right? Yep, inside bar. Came out of consolidation, a bit of a 1, 2, 3. Let's see. How are they pumping it back up? Very low volume looking. Still in the first hour. I need to wait for 9:30 for indexes at least. As of right this very second, just not seeing anything glaring. Nothing that's speaking to me in a way that's, I need to take immediate action. So just waiting very patiently for that 9:30 time. Letting the chart continue to build a story. Letting the dealer show his hand, exactly. He's got to go to my levels. Not my levels, of course, but the levels I would like to be at a certain time of day. Present a certain pattern. All those things. Got to see people are caught, people are trapped. Right now, all I'm seeing is that we've broken the low on Nasdaq, we've broken the low on US 30, which would give the dealer the opportunity to go back and punish those breakout traders since it's happening early in the session. Gold looks like they've traded back down into the low, and again they have the opportunity now to go back up, shake out anybody who's already short, got in a bit too early, go back up, stop those people out, convince people to go long, or maybe it's just a long day in general. But as the story continues to build, I'll definitely know more. In fact, while we're sitting here waiting, I'm going to show you what the first green day trap and what I'm looking for on US 30. And not as much on Nasdaq, but still willing to look for this. All right, because this just happened very recently with the indexes. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to show you all what I'm talking about. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. Computer's screaming for help right now. Let's go back, take a look at previous templates. All right, notice this big down move, maybe signaling that we're in a down moving market. A lot of times this will go along with like week one breakouts, things like that. And then we get this kind of consolidated but still inside day, first green day type of template, right? So just keep that in mind. Think about that while I go and try and find, it was either NASDAQ or US 30. I can't remember which one. It'd be a lot easier and faster to find if my computer was not begging for mercy right now. There it is. All right, so down moving market, breaking out to the downside, breakout day one, breakout day two. First week breaking out to the downside. Okay, we get this kind of it's kind of crazy how almost the exact same pattern, spike down, spike up. And then the next day, again, Monday, but first green day here on this day. And this day, first green day. Then we get kind of the trap the next day. Notice how it just takes the closing price from these previous, like this. All right. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. A similar template, if you will, to what we're seeing here. I just don't know whether or not it's going to present today. It could be a multi-day build-up type of deal again. But anyways. So like that's why I've got the that box that says "Watch Me" on there. That's the reason I'm watching the closing price is because of what I just showed you. In fact, I think that US 30 probably needs to be my main focus right now. 8:47. We're 45 minutes into an hour. Obviously, 47 minutes into an hour, but patient, patient. Well, y'all are mighty quiet this morning. Hope y'all are doing well. Good start to the week yesterday with that US 30 short. I know a few of you took it, and I know one of you said that you passed your fifth funded account from that trade, so that's awesome. All right, so with these lower lows being put in place, number one, they can go back to the high of the day. They can work the high of the day. That's fine. Two, I'm looking for a 3 push pattern back up. 9:30 opens, engulfment, something along those lines. My dogs are about to go crazy because the trash man's here. Victoria, yep. Yep, this is my first week. Well, I've been posting videos and things on YouTube. I've just been kind of more active in the Discord community. I was talking about it yesterday, and I won't go crazy into it and things, but after a little bit earlier this year, getting married and all these great things have been happening, and I've just been really enjoying them. Taking some time being with family, especially coming out of the military after 8 years. Like, I've got a lot of catching up to do, or at least I feel that I do. So I took a little bit of time, and still trading and things like that, of course, 'cause I still have to make money, but really just enjoying spending time with them. And but I got the itch. It's time to come back, and I miss doing YouTube. I miss doing these live streams and things. So yep, Polly, we've been in my church. We've been studying the Gospel of Mark recently. So yeah, I've got some new ones up there for everybody. Yeah, sure thing, Polly. Okay, platinum continuing to curl and go lower. 8:52, 8 minutes to a new hour. Victoria, I gotta ask you: is your plan to copy trade all five, or are you going to trade them individually? Not to call you out, but I'm curious because that's what my plan is as of right now. Is get 5 of these accounts and copy trade them, reduce risk. Awesome. You can reduce risk significantly per account. Need to make less per account, but still be making more essentially by copy trading all 5. I think it's a really good strategy. Top Step, and they have a new platform, Top Step X, where you can copy trade, and I actually really like the Top Step X platform. I'm not affiliated with them, or I'm not affiliated with anybody, so don't take what I'm saying as like I'm trying to sell you on their company or anything. But I've looked around quite a bit at a lot of different prop firms, and I gotta say they all just feel like they're trying to attract a certain brand of people, and I don't like that because it feels like I'm being manipulated into, buying the hot thing or the thing that just good marketing or whatever. But Top Steps feels like a really professional company, and I like the rules, and I've not had any issues with them at all. The customer service, actually, I don't think I've needed to use their customer service yet, but the reviews are really good and everything like that. Compared to a lot of these other companies, I just see horror stories. I've talked to a lot of people and I hear horror stories. I don't like a lot of the rules for a lot of these companies because I just don't see how that translate to being a good or professional trader. Like the rules just seem like they want you to fail so they can make more money, and that irritates me to no end because I can see through it, and it's like, no, I'm not participating in your garbage. Yes. So this high was formed really right here. And then they made a higher high confirming or validating this low. So when they traded back down into this low, now what I have is this rectangle. Yeah, of course, right? There we go. Essentially this rectangle. We're still in an uptrend. We're still making higher highs, higher lows on a 5-minute chart. And you can kind of see the pushes back down 1, 2, 3 into the low engulfment. So I would need this to further break down for me to take a trade unless they pump it back to the high of the day, and then I can go from there or work from there. But if they don't go back to the high of the day and they start to break down, then I can work with that. Okay, if we got 4 minutes to the new hour. Yeah, oil was running away. Uh-oh. Oil was just running. It was running away. I'm not going to chase it. Really good move starting off. Was it in the gap time? Yeah, it was in the gap time anyways. That first pullback, the first consolidation and a pullback at 7 o'clock. and the continuation. All of that's great. That's all fine, but it's too early for me to be watching oil. I mean, there's a great trade, high of day, gap time, but again, that's not going to help me now. Platinum is already playing out, which is fine. We had this 5-minute engulfment here. You can see the breakdown, the lower low, the 3 pushes back up, 1, 2, 3 engulfment, down, up, down. This bar closing lower than the previous 2 bars. This is a great entry bar, first hour, first 15 minutes. I'm going to remove this line because the high of the day is so close to, I think that's previous day's high. So close to previous day's high, I'm probably just going to let it get back up there. If we're consolidating this close underneath previous day's high, there's a good chance that they will go back up and take that out. Not saying they're going to. Please don't take that as whatever, but just keeping that in mind. Timing's level, behavior, price. You got it. Notice how timing is always the first thing. Oh, let's skip those ads for y'all. Oh, got it. The time of day is, I think, I won't even say I think. If it's a weird time of day to me, for me, you know, we're just in the middle of an hour, or, you know, a few minutes coming into a 15-minute bar, the 15-minute bar just started, I feel like it's a trap. It's not even 9 o'clock yet, especially for indexes. Like, those are the things that are keeping me out of these nasty traps and just chasing moves and all this other stuff. You know, I could have chased the NASDAQ. Probably caught a few pips here, maybe 10, 15. Is that a good winning strategy over time? Probably not. I wouldn't even say probably, no. Eventually you're going to get caught in a really bad move trying to do that. My sweet spot, ooh, that's a good one. 9:30 to 10:30. That's my golden hour. Am I saying that every single day that's the times that I'm taking trades? No, but those are the times that I feel the most comfortable and confident in what I'm looking for. Let's see. You know, metals, 8:20, first hour, you know, around 8:20 is fine. But typically I'm going to wait for that 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30. I let the first hour and a half build a story, reinforce my thesis, show me that I'm not in the trap, or the trap has already occurred and they go back to the high or they go back to the low, and force people into the high or force people into the low in reverse. Like, those are my sweet spot times, and also my kind of the reasoning, I guess. Also, my data shows that that's the times of day where I'm taking the best trades. And lately, these last few weeks, really last month, I think between the news schedule and some other things that were taking place, there were so many moves that were not taking place at 9:30. They were either happening in the gap time before the session began, which turned into a trap. The whole session turned into a whipsaw. And then turning the afternoon session into, you know, prime time. Or nothing happens at 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30. I go away from the screen, and I come back, and I see like 11:15 was the engulfment, and then the move happens. Or like 12:15 in the lunch hour, which is just really weird. The times this last month or this last few weeks, they kind of shifted to the left or to the right, and that's going to happen. I know that's going to happen. You know, if it was just the same time every single day, people would obviously figure that out, and it'd be perfect. It'd be great. So when that's happening, you have to have the Oh, what have I just clicked? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. You have to have the discipline to say, that's not my pattern. That's not what I should be looking for. And just walk away from it, which I did quite a bit last month. Or just took little scalps, 25 pips, maybe a little bit more. Space. It's funny, I actually talked about you earlier this session. I was talking about how you like taking those early first hour trades when they present, like you did yesterday on gold. You hit a 6% trade yesterday, which is fantastic. Good stuff. Victoria. Yeah, it's funny. I'm kind of the same way. Not about the nap part, but I start itching. I'm like, man, I'm ready to go work out. I don't want to work out because this is away from trading, but we've got 30 minutes to the open. Crude sharp bounce. Oh, I've got crude up on my chart right now. Good stuff. Did they tap into the previous day's low? Nope. They came pretty much equal with it. Let's see if they give us a little pop-up. We get to 10:30, 11 o'clock. I'm like, I'm ready to go work out. Get out. I've got a home gym out in my garage. I live in the South in the United States, so it's been 108 degrees here. So I'm like, I need to get out there before it gets to 108. Yep, TR, I do the same thing. I'll wait an hour or two before I drink coffee. Didn't used to. I used to wake up, walk to the fridge, and start drinking energy drinks. But that was no more. That is no more. I don't do that. Space, you can always message me if you'd like. Feel free. I'm always happy to discuss ideas. Oh yeah, I can't do that. I do have a garden, but the rain has been watering it for me, thankfully. Right, I'm not sitting here talking about random things because, trading it's a waiting game. We're just waiting. Got nothing else to talk about. Still watching, still observing. Yeah, I'm watching. So with the lower lows, peak formation high, lower low, I'm waiting for a 3 push pattern and the time of day to confirm. Now, they just put in a small W at closing price, so I need to be careful of that. Because that could be like I'll put in air quotes, a reset, and they're going to go back to the high, or they're going to go back for the money or something like that. It's also, remember, it is day 2 of the week. They expand the range a lot of times on day 2. So, number 1, yes, I have a lower low. Yes, I'm looking for 3 pushes. 2 thumbs up. Great. But I need to understand as well that this could be a trend move now, and they blow off and expand the range. This whole consolidation, this lower low means absolutely nothing. They go back to the high. I'm just wrong, and that's fine. I'm totally okay with that. Day 3 shorts on gold. Yep. Steve, it's my pleasure. I enjoy it. That's the other thing is not doing these streams or not streaming as much on Discord and YouTube in combination. Because usually when I don't do things on YouTube, I just do it on Discord. I found that I started to get like trading was a lot more boring. Not boring. I still love it. I'm still very passionate about it, but it just became so repetitive. And when you don't have anybody else to talk to about it, you know, you just kind of go through the daily motions of taking trades and going about your day. It's like, okay, it's nice to be able to communicate, you know, talk with the community and discuss trading and discuss other things, and it's nice. So I really enjoy doing these streams. What do you think regarding the 1225 candle? 1225. You're gonna have to. Can you Eastern Standard Time that time for me, Steve? In which pair? So what is that? 825? No worries. 825. Yep. I think you might have came in a little bit late, Steve, but I was just sitting here talking about how we're consolidating underneath previous day's high, which could be an indication they're going back up. Not saying that they will definitively, but in a lot of cases, you know, they consolidate under the level so they can run it back up through that level very quickly. Okay, so 1225, that would have been 725, excuse me. Space, there's no news. At least no red news. All right, I'm going for a water break. I'm coming back 30 seconds. This is starting to heat up a little bit, so I'll be right back. Yeah, the indexes are looking better. We got 15 minutes to New York Open. Let's see. I'm liking both indexes right now. As of right now. Of course, that can change. They could change in one 5-minute bar. Okay, gold is pinned down. They pinned up. Pinning down, pinning up. This consolidation's a bit of a trap, but I'm curious to see how it plays out in the next 15 minutes. Too much energy drink. Yeah, that caffeine will get you. Robert, good to hear from you. I haven't heard from you in a while. No, it's still there. Let's see. So I use the one, I don't use the pips to profit indicator for my closing price. So let me make sure that I'm not speaking incorrectly. There it is. It's the open, not the close, but the daily opens right here. Or you can just use outside indicators as well. The previous open, high, low, close. Okay, gold has my interest. Not as much platinum, but these three here definitely are my top three right now. No worries, Robert. I'm the same way. No worries. Just Just waiting for New York open now. Okay, so we got some really big down close bars into the low of this consolidation. Gold has been pinning down and up, but that's just normal consolidation type stuff. All right, this is the low, this is the high. Got the low down here, which they've been working down into. We got the high up here, which is also the previous day's high. So I'm not even going to put a line up there. We're just going to leave that how it is. Slamming some people back down into the low. Now we've got inside bar, 5-minute chart. Ten minutes to the open. Going to continue to monitor on this 5. Okay, so on Forex.com, this consolidation looks very different from, like this was the high, maybe this was the low, and they spiked the high, consolidate, spike the high, spike the low. Something like this. Where they've spiked up, they've spiked down. Now we're forming what appears to be a channel down. Gold could get interesting. We'll see. Seven minutes to the open. I don't know why everyone keeps saying this news. What news are we talking about? Here, let me, just for good measure. Just for good measure, let's go one more time. I'm on Forex Factory, or, man, I don't know what I just said. ForexFactory.com. There's the news calendar for today and for the week. All right, we got 5 minutes to the open. Monitoring this 5. Getting my ideas in place. Okay, new 5-minute bar just formed. Let's see. $9:26. We got 4 minutes. We got people hooked down here trying to trade short. Yep, I'm watching gold. Oh, excuse me. I've got gold up on my other screen. Lower time frame. This is gonna be. I think it'll be an interesting open. 1 minute. Okay, what we got going on? I feel like US 30 just went off the map, didn't it? Let's see here. Okay, we're getting a lot of volatility. Obviously, it's the New York Open, but we'll see here. Okay, US 30 followed through. Boy, my computer is not happy with me. I just lost my data feed. What is going on? Hey, come on back. Well, that's less than ideal. There we go. Yeah, it was. They wouldn't. It wouldn't let me do anything. That was kind of annoying. All good though. I think I've got it fixed now. I just had to reload the page. But US 30 has gone off the map. Which is a shame because that's obviously that's one of the ones I was waiting for. Yeah, absolutely. You can see the little down, up, down, and then you can go off and right at 9:30 at closing price as well. Okay, Nasdaq maybe going back for high of day. Wait and see. We'll see how I get there. If we get a nice little 1, 2, 3 back up or something along those lines. I just took out the low of the day. Did they take out the low of the day on? No. Of course, it is day 2 of the week as well, so maybe we're going back to high of the week. Okay, we just hit the high of the day. Coming out of 9:30, there's 1, 2, sideways, 3. And they've taken everybody back up. Anybody short on the open is now trapped. Below push 2. Nasdaq making a little run for previous day's high. Okay, 9:45, 15-minute bar, 45 minutes into an hour. Traps below push 2, 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to get sucked into whatever they're trying to get me to do. They're not letting that short out. At least not yet. Same thing with gold. Huge down close bar forcing people to sell down low. Still consolidating right under the high of the week, but we have taken out the high of the day. NASDAQ 5-minute chart's done a 1, 2, 3 back to the high of the day. Watching for them to engulf. Back down, 5-minute chart. If they do, great. If they don't, great. But that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm waiting for. There's the little 2 minutes left on this 5-minute bar. Which means they could just be pinning down. Okay, 1 minute away from this new 5-minute bar. And right back up they go. A little 1, 2, 3 back down. Beginning of a 5-minute bar. 4th minute, engulfed. 5th minute, now immediately right into the new 5-minute bar. Took us right back up to the high, didn't break it. Still consolidating underneath previous day's low, or previous day's high, excuse me, which is the high of the current week. All of this is all inside this one bar. We're all just consolidated on the inside of that. inside of this little 1-2-3 engulfment. They're not letting anybody out of the second push. Ultimately the third push, but watching price. We're consolidating underneath that level, which is what concerns me the most, is that they have not taken that out yet. Nine minutes to the new hour. Okay, we're third minute in. This price action is horrible. Six minutes. We got 1 minute to the new 5-minute bar forms. Good stuff. Good job, Space. liking all of these less and less the longer the session goes on. All right, 2 minutes to the new hour. As I'm looking at everything right now, I do not like what I'm seeing. We just whipsawed both sides of the session on NASDAQ. This has been, just kind of dipping its way down, but I don't really have a actual setup that I should be looking for that's presenting. At least not yet. Nothing's following through. Very non-clean price movements. Okay, there's the new hour. Very back and forth day. NASDAQ looks like it wants to take that previous day's high. NASDAQ at closing price. As is US 30. I'm gonna tell you, I just don't like the fact that they've left this up there. US 30 having jammed everyone in. Now going vertical back to and through previous day's high. Okay. That's good. How did that 5-minute bar just close? Did it close? Yep. Okay, we've gone back to the high of the day on US 30. I don't even care about gold right now. I'm not going to focus on it. Yeah, there it goes. Gave us that little 3 push pattern back down, turning it basically into like a bull flag. Made a run for the previous day's high. High of the week. See what happens once we get up there. But not looking like the type of day that I'm looking for. Might just be better to wait for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're gonna look at the combination of Monday, Tuesday to work out a better Wednesday plan. Hey, good stuff. I should be doing these every single day this week and next week and into the foreseeable future. So right back into consolidation. They're just whipping it back and forth. I don't have a good template set up for today as of right now, or really at all. I think I'm getting pretty close to calling it quits. So we're doing this little 1, 2, 3 back to the high. We go back down. And 14, so we got 30 or 40 seconds until this new 5-minute bar closes. See if it closes higher than the previous 5-minute bar, which is probably going to send the close. No, ascend, like a higher close. Like that bar closed higher than the previous down close bar. Oh, no worries. That's what I get for muffling into the mic. Can you record the trade meet? What are you referring to? These are recorded. You can go back and watch them anytime. So ascending the close on a 5-minute bar would indicate to me that they are trapping shorts in this down, we'll call it a pullback. They made a higher high. Pulling back, looking to take previous day's high. Am I going to take the long trade to previous day's high? No, of course not. That's not a playbook setup for me. I'm just playing off the direction, guessing direction. But at the same time, if I was looking to take a short right now, those are my thoughts. They're trapping shorts. Why am I going short? I would need further evidence or a better pattern to indicate to me that it's going to reverse, right, from the high of the day, which right now that definitely don't have that. Now it's only 10:17, so we get back to the high of the day. High of the previous day, we trigger that. There's still hope. But hopes and dreams are not going to really help. So we're just going to have to get there and see what happens. Paul, you're probably looking at the futures. You're looking at the futures, NASDAQ. This is the Owanda US, or what is it? NASDAQ 100, NAS 100. Futures would be NQ. The price is different. So I do all my analysis on like Owanda charts, except for gold. I'll use the forex.com charts because the indicator works well with it. The previous day's high and low is more accurate, things like that. And based off those analysis of the weekly templates and whatnot, I'll the price movements are exactly the same. The prices are just slightly different. So I can take that analysis and then trade on the futures charts. No, Space, I haven't taken any. I didn't see any playbook opportunities that I was ready to jump on. I didn't see anything that was perfect. Send it over, Space. You gonna send it to me on Discord? It's just a 20. There's a 20 moving average. Okay, NASDAQ back to the previous day's high. Notice how they wicked all the way up and then they wicked back down. They've created this big range now, high and low. 20 EMA. And I don't really use it for anything other than extra confirmation or whatever, but just general. I have it up there. It's nice to look at, but I'm not letting a squiggly line on my screen dictate what I'm doing. It's just nice to have, kind of a. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it gives you a nice view of what price is doing, but also I'm not making large decisions based off that squiggly line. Yeah, just an extra. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is. I've been sitting here for too long staring at this, and I'm just not seeing anything that's going to be perfect. If it is, maybe it's going to be in the afternoon or whatever. But just looking at the day, it's not doing for a playbook setup that I would be really excited to take and happy to kind of jump on. Not giving me what I want to see, and therefore I think that I'm going to call it quits and just come back tomorrow with hopefully better templates, trades that are coming off the high and the low of the day, a 3-day setup, a 3-day template that is clean, perfect. All this whipsaw back and forth all throughout the session, and they're just whipping it back and forth. I'm going to be guessing direction at this point, and I don't want to guess direction. I want to see a nice clean 1, 2, 3 to the high and an engulfment at a certain time of day and just be able to react off what the market is telling me. Whereas right now, it's just really not giving me that. So I'm going to come back tomorrow, same time, 8 o'clock, ready to go. Hope to see you all there. Should be a good day. See you all then. Bye-bye.